All right, hey, what's up everyone? It's Felix here from HeyDon'tShoot.com and FelixGPhoto.com, and it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, mostly because I've been super busy with work. I'm doing a lot of photography and video editing and video production for work, and so it leaves me very little time in my spare time to do videos for HeyDon'tShoot.com, but I am back today with a new video. Also, I've been sick for the last month, so I really haven't left my room for like a month. On my spare time, I've just been resting, but that's a whole nother story. But anyways, today I'm here to talk about an awesome camera, the Fujifilm X100T. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you talking about the Fuji X100T when this thing is like, what, 9 years old? It came out in 2014, 2015. There's been the X100F and the X100V. You're absolutely right. There are two new versions of this camera in the Fujifilm lineup. But as you know, if you watch this channel, I very rarely, and I don't really recommend, if you're just an enthusiast or a hobbyist, even for some professionals, I don't recommend. You don't have to buy the newest, latest camera when it comes out, right? It's like cars. The car manufacturers put out a brand new model every year, and they put new features in it, and they want you to buy the new car. And same thing with camera companies. They want you to buy the latest thing and spend your money, but you know what? You don't always have to. Cameras that are 5 to 10 years old are still amazing and loaded with features, and the X100T is one of those cameras. Now, if I had the opportunity to buy a fairly priced X100V or maybe an X100F, would I have done it? Yeah, I would have. But as you know, if you're in the market for one of these Fujifilm fixed lens cameras, the price of the Fuji X100V and even the X100F is just through the roof. It's ridiculously priced. Even used models, sometimes on the X100V, a used model costs more than a brand new one. I mean, they're really hard to find. And so that's why I settled on the X100T. I upgraded, I traded in my X100S, which served me well for a long time. I really loved it quite a bit, but I did want a slight upgrade, and I do like this all black body, so I traded it in for an X100T, and I don't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for this used, but I'll try to look and see if I can find it. But anyways, let me tell you about this great little camera. It is a fixed 35mm lens camera. It's got that awesome Fujinon f2 lens. As you can see, I've kind of decked it out with some accessories. I've got the little thumb grip here, which I absolutely love. This leather half case is the same leather half case I had on my X100S. I just kept it and I put it onto this, and it looks great. I do have a shutter release button up here, which I matched the color silver to the thumb grip right here, and I think it looks totally awesome. And then I recently bought this square lens hood, which it screws on. So if you know anything about the X100T, it has like an outer screw thread here around the lens that you can screw on various accessories and whatnot. And we're going to talk about some of those attachments that you can screw on here. One of them being a lens, the square lens hood. I just think it looks great. But there are other ones you can buy. There's like circular ones and whatnot. I just like the way the square one looks. So today I went out and did some street photography with my friend Niles Jenny. I should have a couple of sample pictures from him, because one of the scenes that we found out there, we were in this park and there was a beautiful big heron bird there in a pond, and I only had my X100T with some of the adapters here, and we'll talk about focal length, but my friend Niles, he had his 70-200, and he was able to really zoom in and get some great shots, and he was shooting with the Sony a7R III, so he had 42 megapixels working for him, whereas this one I believe is a 16 megapixel image sensor, APS-C. So let me go ahead and talk about a couple of those adapters right now. So I took this shot with the teleconversion lens. It's a 50mm equivalent. I think we're about 20 feet away or so from this beautiful bird. And then you'll see here in a second what it's approximately 100% crop looks like with a 16.3 megapixel image sensor on the X100T. And it looks pretty good. I think it holds up pretty well. So if you find yourself in a situation where you need more than 50 millimeters, I think you can crop a little bit with this 16 megapixel sensor. All right, so let's take a look at both of these conversion lenses. On the left here, you're going to see the wide angle adapter. It gives you a 28mm equivalent field of view. It weighs in at about 150 grams. It's quite small, and it feels lightweight. 150 grams is lightweight. Now the larger one there, the teleconversion lens, it weighs in at 180 grams, but it feels heavier than that. Maybe just because it's big and chunky, but they're both beautifully made, really high quality. I highly recommend them. They'd be a great addition to your X100 series, giving you just a little more versatility. Wide angle 28mm, the 35mm standard lens that it comes with, of course, and then you've got that tele adapter as well to give you a 50mm equivalent of view. And let's see the difference here in the field of view. So this first shot is taken with the wide angle adapter, 28mm. Then we're going to get a look right here. This is the 35mm, which is the standard lens that's already on the camera. And then finally the 50mm right here, and you'll see just how it looks there, the different fields of view. So a lot of versatility. And then just one more sample here coming up. This is 28mm. Looks pretty nice, right? God, I love those Fuji colors, beautiful greens. This is 35mm. And then here, this last one, you'll see 50mm. So yeah, it's just a nice little short telephoto with that 50mm. Looks good. I recommend them. Okay, where were we? Where's the camera? Oh yeah, right here. All right, so let's talk about a couple of the other quick features on this camera. Today we're mostly going to talk about the conversion lenses, but I do want to tell you about some of the other features on this beautiful Fujifilm X100T. One of the most unique features, and one of the things I like best about it, is this awesome viewfinder. It is a unique hybrid viewfinder where you can choose between having an electronic viewfinder or just switch this dial here. You just give it a little flip. I love where it's located too, by the way. And it'll switch into an optical / EVF hybrid viewfinder. That's right. It's an optical viewfinder with all the information for your settings and whatnot, shutter speed, aperture, and ISO right in there, your battery, all that kind of stuff, all the information. And then in the bottom right hand corner, as you look through it, there is like a miniature electronic viewfinder. So you're looking at the optical, and then you've got an electronic viewfinder, so you can get preview all different kinds of stuff, or you just flip this switch again and it'll switch back to a full EVF. One really great feature. Of course, the film simulation modes on this are awesome. I love shooting in black and white with this camera. You see here just a couple quick samples in black and white. Man, I really like the contrast and the detail. Just absolutely beautiful. In fact, my default mode when I pick up this camera and I turn it on, I just put it right in black and white most of the time. Well, you know, it's no wonder the Fujifilm X100 series has been so successful since they originally came out with the X100, then the X100S, which is one of the cameras that I had. Then I upgraded to the X100T. Eventually, yes, when the prices come down to reasonable prices, I will eventually get the X100V, but it won't be for a few years. I'm really not all about spending more than $1,000 on a camera like that. Like, if you're following the current price as of summer 2023, the X100V is selling for $1,800 used. I've seen them selling for $1,900 US used. So that's just ridiculously priced. I mean, if money's no object, by all means go ahead and get one and spend that money. But for me, of course, I gotta, I'm a staff sergeant in the Army, so I gotta watch how much I spend. So the X100T might be a good option for you if you're looking to save a few money, but you want to get into the X100 series. I don't think you really lose out on too much, right? Maybe a few megapixels and a couple other features, but this lens is, pretty much the same that it's always been on the X100 series. It's that Fujinon 35mm f2 lens, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I hope you liked the sample photos that I showed you today and maybe gave you a good idea of what this camera is capable of. You see how I've totally customized mine. It looks great with a leather half case. You see, the adapters that you can get with it to make it a wide angle or a telephoto, 28mm or 50mm. I even have a Fujifilm flash that I can use with it, which is absolutely fantastic. And we'll close out the video today with just a few more samples. You'll see some of that just legendary Fujifilm colors, really beautiful. The sensor on this camera is absolutely awesome. It's just fun, it's small, it's great for street photography, a lot of stuff. I can see myself shooting landscapes with it as well.
but one of my favorite cameras to just grab when I'm just out for a walk and doing street photography. Hey, thanks for watching another great episode of Hey Don't Shoot. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.